We're here at the One-to-One Mining Investment Conference in New York. Can you give us an introduction to Norra Metals?
Hi, Rosie. Norra Metals is a company that's listed on the TSX exchange under the symbol NORA, Nora, and we just acquired a portfolio of projects in Norway and Sweden.
Talk about these projects and your rationale behind these acquisitions.
Well, Norway, as you know, has been involved in oil and gas for the past 70, 80 years, and just very recently they started encouraging people to come and look at their mining assets, as you know, they have a history of going back all the way to the Vikings. And we went into Norway and Sweden last year, did a whole bunch of looking around, and as a result of that, discovered 4 projects that we really liked. One of them in Norway is called the Black Wisely mine, which will be our flagship project. And it's a project that was a producer until 1997. It was the last metal producer in Norway. And since 1997, there hasn't been any new production other than iron ore and lithium. But as far as metal production, nothing. And 1997 was the last time this mine produced, and we went in there, looked at did our due diligence, and discovered that the mine had a very big upside. And as a result of that, we think that we've acquired a very interesting project.
Absolutely. So what's the key message you're trying to get across to investors here around the company and the projects?
The message is, if you look at the Black Wisely mine, it's a project, has a lot of infrastructure. There's power on the project, there's railway, road system, ports are about 50 kilometers apart on either sides, and a lot of the infrastructure. There's 25 kilometers of underground tunneling in place, there is a shaft, there's been mining activity in the area, so it's not like we're discovering anything, it's already there. It's a question of making or finding out how big it's going to be, and that's what we're going to do.
So what are the next steps? What can investors expect to hear next from the company?
Well, this is a very new story. So our transaction closed on February 14th, and since then we've been just completing our due diligence on the projects. So the next steps are going to be, we'll go in there, start doing some drill work, and as a result of that, see if we can convert a resource from the historical data that's made available to us. There's over 1,400 drill holes on the property. We have data on 650 of those holes, and each one of those holes very well mineralized, and 90% or 95% of the drill holes that were drilled in the resource area were mineralized. Okay, so that's a very, very good encouragement for us, and as a result of that, we want to compile that data and see how we can convert that into a resource that we can do a 43-101 on.
And how are you set for financing?
We're looking to finance. We just started these projects, like I said. We did a financing in February of this year. Management and insiders took 75% of that financing, and we will require more money to continue working.
Well, you're here at the New York conference. How are you enjoying it so far?
Oh, lovely. It's a pretty nice setup. We've had a very busy day, and again, tomorrow is pretty hectic for us, so we're hoping we get good results out of here.
Good. Well, thank you very much. Great to hear about the company.
Thank you, Rosie.